It is time to get day 2 of the 2021 PBA Tour Finals underway. Both Group 1 and 2 will have step ladders to determine a winner for the championship show. The Group 1 top 2 seeds are Kyle Troup and Bill O'Neill. From historic Thunder Bowl in Allen Park, Michigan, just minutes from downtown Detroit. Day 2 of the PBA Tour Finals will designate Group 1 and Group 2 winners and eventually crown a PBA Tour champion. Yesterday, Group 1 and 2 bowled 4 seeding round games. Total pinfall, including bonus pins, determined the order. Here are the 4 bowlers for the Group 1 stepladder. First match, 13-time titleist DJ Tackett takes on U.S. Open champ Chris Pye. The winner head-to-head with Player of the Year favorite Kyle Troup. The top seed Bill O'Neill awaits his challenger in a race-to-2 match to determine the Group 1 winner. Group 2, led by top seed Anthony Simonson, comes your way at 2 Eastern. Welcome, bowling fans, to the suburban Detroit. It's so great to have you with us again for the PBA Tour Finals. Dave Ryan alongside the Hall of Famer Randy Peterson, and the fans are back, Randy. And
what do you have there?
Is some outstanding artwork from a local fan. I love it, don't you?
I'm still trying to figure out which one is me.
Fantastic. Well, this is great. Great bowling from Bill O'Neill yesterday to earn the top seed, bowling like the real deal. Yeah,
and didn't it seem like Kyle Troup was going to run away with it after game 1? Bill O'Neill got off to a slow start, 2-1 the first game, and then banged out 3 straight 230 games. But he was magnificent. 150 bonus pins certainly didn't hurt his cause. He did just enough. Only 1 open frame. He used his great shot-making ability and touch to grab the #1 seed.
Bill O'Neill, fantastic. Pleased to be joined lane level throughout our broadcast today by Andrew Anderson, major champion and former PBA Player of the Year. Andrew's from nearby Hoadley, Michigan, about 45 minutes away. So, Andrew, you know the center very well, and Randy and I both interested in the choice of the lane pattern, 46 feet, for both of the top seeds. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, after watching yesterday, the longer pattern definitely played a touch softer. There's a lot of friction in the arena. We've had a lot of events here, and I think that the guys just like the friction, you know. So I'm curious to see as the show goes on. There's going to be a lot of strong bowling balls being thrown, a lot of rev rate on this show. So we're going to see if they get ugly or if they get more favorable as the night goes on.
All right, Andrew, can't wait to have you lane level. Randy and I will be in the booth for great bowling all day long here on CBS Sports Network. When we come back to Allen Park, time to bowl will determine the Group 1 winner. Player advances to the championship show. Time to bowl from Allen Park, Michigan. Randy, let's check our lane conditions today.
It's the 46-foot Johnny Petraglia oil pattern, and the players are going to kind of play this zone right here. Some will go a little bit straighter, some will hook it a little bit more. Ball speed critical to get the ball to come around the corner. Remember, it's 46 feet in length, and there's only 60 feet of lane.
From Bluffton, Indiana, he rolls out of Easy Bowl, E.J. Tackett.
Well, the powerful Hoosier is a shoo-in for the Hall someday. And he's only 28. 13 wins, 2 majors, and he knows how to win this event, having won it twice. It's not E.J. Tackett, it's E.J. Wackett.
That was his last win. 2019 at Red Rock. Happy to get the Barbasol shaving cream treatment. So it's been a couple years for E.J. since he's been in the winner's circle. Maybe that changes here in Allen Park. Starts his day. Oh, man.
Good start.
3-4 split. What a challenging beginning to the stepladder match.
Got to cut this 3-pin into the 4. It's not something you see all the time.
Misses it.
Oh, no. That looked like it was going to cover it, too.
From Springfield, Ohio, he rolls out of Northridge Lanes, Chris Pye.
It's big guy Chris Vi in 2021 has been the coming out party. He wasn't knocking on doors in major championships. He was kicking doors in, finally capturing the United States Open for his first ever title.
Is it big guy or the cookie guy?
No, it's big guy Chris Vi.
This guy could bench press the building here. He is jacked, big, workout guy, but his parents, Angie and Craig, they provide the cookies. We'll get into that story.
I think it's Angie who provides the cookies.
Some mind-numbing numbers on how many she has baked for the bowlers. Chris Vi, great start. Chris told us today that in a recent event, Angie made 25 dozen chocolate chip cookies, Randy. Took hours and hours, and you know what? They're all gone. She had to go back home and make more.
Well, after he won the U.S. Open, he went home and bought Angie, his mom, an industrial-size oven.
My chocolate chip cookie count from Angie is up to 5. How about you?
I'm fat, so
Are you in double figures?
I've only had 2.
They're the best. Great to see him here.
They're great people.
Here's Chris. Yeah, great start.
See how EJ rebounds after that split in the first frame. The 3-4, and you don't call that one a lot.
Not often. 2016 Player of the Year. Great talent. Oh yeah. Trip 10 pin, there it goes. EJ 151-192 on the short pattern yesterday in the seeding round. But on this long pattern, 222-11, able to gather 30 bonus pins in all. 4th seed. But as he said to us, Randy, during practice today, look, if you're not the second or the first, it really doesn't matter. 3rd or 4th, it's the same. You're going to have to climb the ladder. And he seemed very confident today that he could make that happen. Let's find out. All right. That's better.
Yeah, it's hard to believe a man of his size can generate as much power as he does, and he makes it look so effortless. A lot of torque on that elbow and wrist at release, and then that open hand that Pete Weber made famous for so many years.
Arsenal for Chris. Locked in.
Andrew Anderson, Randy Peterson, Dave Ryan up in the booth. What do you see early on in terms of how these players are playing this hole pattern?
Honestly, they're starting a little straighter than I thought they would. I think that Chris is really trying to blend the down lane. He's using something that's a little more forward, keeping it straight, and we'll see how long he can stay there.
All right, thanks, Andrew. And Andrew will be with us throughout the duration.
It's awesome. We had Chris Barnes with us a couple years ago in Vegas, providing the great inside lane level. Chris Prather won the walk home this year. And Chris Vi is making it happen. Front 4 for Vi. What a start in the stepladder match with EJ Tackett.
I think it's very interesting to note, even though Chris Vi is a two-hander, what's made him a complete player is being able to go as straight as he's going right now early on.
Let's keep a close eye on that, RP. Arsenal for EJ. No time to waste. Yes! He's got a turkey after the Open to begin his day.
There's that swing that comes out and then tucks underneath him on the way down, and all that power with his thumb in it. His rev rate is as high, if not higher, than Chris Vi's is, and Chris Vi's a two-hander that doesn't use his thumb, and we all know how powerful the two-handers are.
You saw the win probability way up there for Chris Vi right now. Tackett trying to stay hot. Yes. After the turbulent beginning, a 4-bagger for EJ. And Vi tries to stay perfect now in his 5th frame.
Dave, do you know that some people call four-baggers ham bones?
Some people do.
Yeah.
But I can't. If I do, I get a cease and desist notice on my phone. It's like automatic alert on the cell phone.
Just pops up.
Oh, man. Chris Vine. Yes, indeed. The nickel.
Keeping his lines nice and tight is Vi, and then also his release point, keeping his hand underneath it, and that helps the ball hold its line.
Holding the line, to say the least. Man, he's locked into that 1-3 pocket right now. Front 5. Left lane, looking for half a dozen. Yes, he's got it. 6 up, 6 down. Chris Vi, perfect. Tackett, perfect, except for the rough start, Randy.
E.J. Tackett looking to get back in, but both players right now on fire. 9 in a row for both players. Lots more to come here in suburban Detroit.
Tour finals continue. Live coverage here on CBS Sports Network. Front 6 for Chris Vi, halfway home to what will be the 32nd all-time televised 300-game PBA Tour history.
Yeah, I said there was 9 in a row when we went to break. It's 10, and I'm just like kind of messed up from all the math from yesterday.
There was a lot with the bonus pins. Tackett trying to stay hot. Yeah, another. So 5-bagger for EJ. Just got to be lamenting that first frame where he had the 3-4 split. Still down by 22 pins. Can cut it to 12 here, though.
But he's doing exactly what he has to do to keep the pressure, or at least have Chris Vi notice him, you know? He's like in the rearview mirror. I can see you.
He's right there. 2017, 2019, won this event in Orlando at Boardwalk. And then in 2019, as we said, Red Rock in Vegas. He was a finalist in 18 in this building and lost to Jason Belmonte in a 9th, 10th frame roll-off. So he's done so well here, trying to continue that. Okay, EJ's not going anywhere. 6-bagger for Tackett. It's down to a 12-pin match. Here comes Vi working on perfection. Chris had the 30th all-time TV 300 game. Randy, you saw that in Jupiter. February 7th. Looking for 7. Got 7. Wow. It's fun to watch. You saw his 300. You saw Sam Cooley's 300 in Connecticut. That was the last one.
Yep.
PBA playoffs, Milford. That was on May 16th. All right. East Region Finals. He got number 30 all time. Looks for the front 8. Got it! He's locked into that 1-3 pocket. Wow!
Big guy, Chris Vi. Front 8, and each shot just mirroring one another. Every shot just dead flush for the big guy. Got it just a little bit right of where he wanted to and finished late for that half 10. Well, EJ's running out of time now because of the open frame and the fact that Chris Vi hasn't missed yet. You can see the 6-pin just kind of goes to the sidewall and dies on him.
Oh, he got that just beside it. Enough. EJ so close to his folks. They're here watching. It was great to see Ed and Angie, EJ's parents, on hand. They are his biggest fans, along with wife Natalie and the dogs. Great bowling family. talk about the qualifying numbers. Top 8 PBA Tour points list over the last 2 years qualify for this event. But we're minus Jason Belmonte for a second straight year. He's with his family in Australia. 10-pin wobbles and will not fall.
Come on. That's not right.
So it looks like, right now anyway, that EJ's great dominance in this event may be over for 2021. Chris Fye is locked in. Let's find out. Couple 10 pins, 9 spare for EJ after the open of the first. Sean Rash, Francois Lavoie, only 2, Randy. 2 300 games on TV. Maybe that changes today. How about the front 9, Chris Fye? Yeah! Oh, baby! Timber on number 10.
And let's just point out that when you talk about Sean Rash and Francois Lavoie being the only 2 players with 2 300 games on television, that's in a proper PBA event.
Right.
In other words, an event that actually counts as a title. Ryan Schaefer and Wes Malott both also have 2 300 games as well, but they were in specialty events.
For 10. 10! He's got the win. And now he's just too shy of a 300 game. How about Chris Fye? Incredible bowling.
Well, you need a little luck sometimes to shoot 300, and that might be the one.
Potentially could have 2 of the last 3 300 games on TV. Only been 6 on TV officially in major championship play. And Lavoie, we'll see later today, one of those. Looking for 11. Yes! Messenger takes out the 10-pin. Incredible. He needs one
Let's do
more.
it. Come on, Chris.
Mom and Dad are hoping Chris will advance and take on Kyle Troop. Will he make PBA Tour history with another 300?
Come on, Chris.
Chris Fye, what do you say? Yes! Chris Fye!
Unbelievable.
It's the 32nd all-time 300 game on TV in PBA Tour history. And it's a $10,000 bonus. Way to go, Chris!
Wow. Even some love from the Tacketts and some more high fives. How awesome.
Everybody loves a 300 game. There's Kyle Troop. His opponent coming up next on the Stepladder. Top seat, Bill O'Neill. Everybody celebrating.
Here it is. Couldn't be any better. 10 the last to go down. Look at that. Chris Fye.
Yes, sir.
Way to go, man. Congratulations. Only the 3rd person to ever have multiple 300 games on TV. Tell me what was going through your mind on that last shot.
You know, it was a bonus. You know, I was just trying to, get the crowd into it. We haven't had a crowd for a while, and it's nice to be able to give them a pretty good treat for the first time back.
And how much does it mean to you to have your parents there front and center, to have a front row seat watching you do it?
Yeah, I mean, it means the world. I mean, they haven't been here for a little over a year now to be able to watch me, so Yeah, I'd say that was a pretty good treat.
Man, congratulations. Way to go.
Thank you very much.
Wow, Chris. That was amazing. 32nd all-time 300 game. Mom and Dad in the front row to watch it. And now, next up is this guy. Player of the Year favorite. The pro with a fro. None other than Kyle Troop. Fresh off a 300 game. Practice lane for a moment. Throw a couple shots to get ready for Kyle Troop. Randy, bowling history today. This was awesome.
Just perfect. I mean, he just aced it. And I said it after the first ball in the 10th where he got that lucky break, came in light. And you need that kind of stuff to happen to bowl 300s. And Chris Fye did exactly that. He took advantage of it and then aced it in the 12th.
The perfect chair. I'm not taking it from you.
Parents, the front row seat. I mean,
how does it get better than that?
I don't think it does. Angie and Craig and EJ Tackett's folks also celebrating.
But we're going to see if he's going to be able to calm down and get back to throwing some really good shots. He obviously has the ball motion, so we'll see. It's going to be an exciting matchup.
Not forgetting it again.
Andrew, I'm curious, what was it like down there to watch that as it developed?
Oh, I got some chills watching that, man. Any 300 on television, but we brought the fans back after a rough year and a half there, and it's just so exciting. You could feel it in the building. The energy's high. It's going to be great.
Agreed. Thanks, Andrew. Let's meet his opponent.
From Taylorsville, North Carolina, he bowls out of Penn Station in Newton, Kyle Troop.
Well, it's the year of the fro. Kyle Troop is having a season of a lifetime. Single season earnings record at just under $470,000. He's the Player of the Year frontrunner, and he's been picking it out all the way to the bank this year.
Record in earnings this year and a chance with a paycheck if he wins and defends his title here to be within $800, right, Randy? $500,000 for a season. And there's still some summer tour events to come. This guy is on fire. Sporting the Carolina Panthers colors today. He's, as we just saw from North Carolina, big Panthers fan.
He's a season ticket holder.
Yeah. Troop, there it is, starts his day perfectly.
And I think Andrew Anderson said it perfectly. It's a blessing and a curse when you bowl 300 on television, because you got to somehow bring yourself back down to earth and regroup and then put it behind you like it never happened.
Let's see how he responds. For pin. First non-strike of the day. So, Randy, how would you handle it off a 300 game?
I would probably go throw up somewhere and then come back and try to drink a little bit of water and then carry on.
He's got it. So this event with 8 bowlers. EJ Tackett eliminated, first player to be finished for the event. Total of 61 titles, 14 majors. All 8 players in this great field, at least one major championship. Francois Lavoie, the best with 3 majors. 3 of his 5 titles, majors. Left lane for Vi. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he does make it all the way to Bill O'Neill, that's going to be a race to 2. And I promise you, Chris Vi is in good enough shape to handle all the shots in all the games. One thing you don't have to worry about with that man there is him getting tired or fatigued.
It's in incredible physical shape. '20 champ. That was strike.
matchup of two two-handers. Chris Vi coming off of a perfect 300 game going up against the hottest bowler on the planet and the front runner and probably shoo-in for Player of the Year, Kyle Troup.
And we talked about that, Randy, yesterday. Really no question he'll be Player of the Year. First time in his career.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any way he doesn't get it.
The 8-time titleist goes for another strike. Gets another strike.
Let's go. Start the show.
Well, you heard him saying help, 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 and it ended up perfect.
Let's go. Start the show.
Andrew Anderson, do you like the way Kyle Troup's playing the lanes early on?
Yeah, he's playing a little more angled than Chris, so we'll see how it goes as he moves left, because EJ got in a little bit of trouble because of how much angle he was playing. I think Chris's ball reaction is safer, but Kyle's never shy about throwing strikes.
Andrew, it also looks like Chris Vi has moved in, but he's still keeping it really tight in front of him.
Yeah, and I think that's just because of how smooth the ball is. If he wanted to open the angle like Kyle, I would expect him to go to something maybe a little flippier, a little cleaner to get it down lane. But I think he likes his ball reaction. It's just about throwing enough good shots.
Great to have Andrew with us. Nearby Holly, Michigan. The biggest Michigan Wolverine fan I've ever met. Turkey for Chris. Arsenal for Troup. Each top seed, O'Neal and Simonson picking the long pattern, and it's been strike city so far here in suburban Detroit. Troup looks for the front four. Got it. Oh, man. 7 in a row between the two bowlers after Vi through the 300 game in the first match.
And it's all business for both players. You don't see Kyle pulling out the pick yet, and he knows he's in a really good fight with Chris Vi, who's red hot right now. Kyle knows that he's got to execute at the highest level.
Win probability stat looking good for the pro with a fro right now. A lot of bowling left though in this single game match after the 4 games in the seeding round for each player in the 2 groups yesterday. He's got the nickel.
Yeah, he's going to be a handful if that shot carries every time in this game. That 6-pin goes to the wall and behaves perfectly as it just gives the 10 a side kick.
Staying focused, staying locked in. Tries for the 4-bagger in his 5th frame. That's another one.
Wow, the execution of these two players is at about as high a level as it can get.
16 of 17 frames. A strike for Chris Vi. A 9 spare in the first frame of this second match. The only non-strike so far. Amazing.
Understanding this level of competition and what it means to have complete mind-body control, to be able to get the mind to control the body in this way is incredible, and that's what makes great athletes.
Best in the world on display here today. Oh, no, that's high, and it's a mess.
Totally unexpected. That shot didn't look all that bad.
3-4-10.
Remember when EJ left the 3-4-10, or excuse me, the 3-4 in game one, same kind of idea, and then the ball will deflect off of that 3-pin into the 10.
Tough conversion. 3-4-10. No. 3-4 up. Open frame. And a big opening for Kyle Troup, who's perfect, Randy, so far. He's got the front five. Could we have back-to-back 300 games? Stay with us to find out. Front five for Troup. After Chris Vi had a 300 in the first game, beating EJ Tackett. There has never been 2 300 games on the same show in PBA Tour history. Dave, Randy, Andrew with you. Let's watch it unfold.
Some like to say crack open a six-pack, but what I wanted to say was, as he was getting up to throw that shot, that's where you slam your foot firmly on the accelerator. You just got that big opening from your opponent, and it's time to just start putting boots to him.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of those opportunities. You know, Chris threw a great shot. I asked Jim Callahan in the break there if Chris liked it. He said he loved the shot, so he's going to make a move. I would expect Chris to make a pretty big move on both lanes here.
Andrew lane level. Randy down the booth. He's halfway there, guys. Looking for 7. Oh, man! Front 7. Touchdown! Kyle Troup.
Getting close to picking it out. Getting real close to picking it out.
Oh, he wants to, Randy. You know he wants to.
Andrew knows those are the kind of hits that you have to have, not only to bowl 300s, but to win tournaments.
Wow. Chris Vi from a 300 game to watching a 300 game possibly thrown out.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Man, he's the 10 pin.
There's nothing bigger than momentum in our game, and Kyle has all of it right now. Vi's trying to get some of it back.
I mean, that's just amazing. And by the way, guys, I want to point out the great sportsmanship and the joy, genuine joy, showed in the first game by EJ Tackett. Losing, but so excited for Chris Vi being part of PBA Tour history. I thought that was awesome.
I'm not sure there's any players out on this tour that show better sportsmanship than EJ Tackett.
Great example.
Andrew, you know anyone that's a better sport?
No, you can't name very many names that come to mind, or, you know, Smallwood,
Yep.
one of the nicest guys out there. But EJ always does a great job, both in victory and defeat.
Yep.
Yeah,
I agree.
That was so cool. We saw Bill O'Neill top seed. Is next. It's a race to 2 to determine this Group 1 winner. 8 for Vi.
Good shot, Chris.
Chris is kicking himself a little bit here, I'm sure, missing the move. Yep. Now he's got to hope for some help from Troup here.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he's going to get it, Andrew.
I don't know. I don't think so either, but we're going to find out.
Looking to stay perfect. Oh, there it goes. 2-8-10, tough split as well.
To me, Randy, that actually looked like it was a miss left.
Okay, I was going to ask you if it looked bad out of his hand.
Yeah, it looked like he missed it at the bottom. I mean, he definitely missed it a touch, but I actually thought it was up the lane in comparison, so I was expecting that to hook, but they might be getting a little cliffed.
Andrew, that was right over 4th arrow. On the replay, it went right over the middle arrow there. maybe a little fast.
Maybe, but as you know, as you bowl on these long patterns, when you make those moves, sometimes you have to dial the speed in. Just because you're bowling on such a long pattern, you need the ball to read before the end of it. So could have been a little quick, could have been a little quick, could have been a little bit of a miss at the bottom, or both.
Right, and Bill O'Neill said it best, where he said on this pattern, the key for him was ball speed. He had to stay soft enough and keep his hands soft enough to get it to read and come around the corner.
Full scoreboard there, guys. So the open frame. Again, the peaks and valleys that you and Randy have been talking about in this great sport. Front 7 and then an open frame. Let's see how Kyle responds. Quite well.
Well, the match did get a lot more interesting. Chris Vi can strike out for 243. Kyle Troup's going at a 245 pace.
Yeah, I think Chris is going to need them all here to put some pressure on Troup, at least the next 2.
It's not over. Yeah, and Andrew makes a great point. You know, have Chris Vi strike out, and you know, it gives Kyle Troup something to think about, especially coming off of a 2-8-10 split on that right lane, and Kyle's got to finish on that right lane, but he doesn't seem worried.
No, he's not worried too often. He has supreme confidence, and before the stepladder started, I asked Chris Prather about the 2 lanes, and he definitely said the right lane had a little bit of a hang spot. So maybe that's what we're seeing develop. We'll see.
Nine spare, a double for Chris off the open.
Ooh.
248 double wood.
Well, now it's over. What a day for Chris Vi and Chris Vi's family. Kyle Troup's going to move on to take on Bill O'Neill in a race to 2 games.
And you just wonder, you know, how if that first game affected the second. If he gets a fill ball in that first game, does he try something?
Right.
You know, it's hard to make a ball change off of 300.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. Just move my feet a little bit maybe, and maybe my target with it.
Yep, and it looks like the lanes are just moving fast, and Vi just got a little behind it.
Andrew, do you think that has a lot to do with the friction in this part of the building, or is it more oil pattern related?
I think it's a combination. You know, the pattern may be 46 feet, but there's not that much oil on the lane, so they're going to be moving fast. You can see the track on the lane developing with the blue oil and the rev rate.
What a day for Chris Vi and his family.
Unforgettable, really, Randy. 32nd all-time televised 300 game. Mom and Dad front row to see it. Did you mark it down on your calendar? May 25th, Chris Vi Day, Springfield, Ohio.
They're going to turn it into Chris Vi Week.
It should.
There you go.
There it is. There it is.
Oh, there it is, Andrew. Yeah. After winning the U.S. Open, Chris Vi was honored to have May 25th proclaimed as Chris Vi Day, henceforth by the mayor of Springfield, Ohio. Pretty cool. Just outside Columbus. Great things for Chris to take out of 2021. Will not be a PBA Tour Finals championship. The defending champ will climb the ladder to take on the top seed, Bill O'Neill, in a race to 2.
Get that out of the way. Getting that out of the way early.
Great ball, man. That's lucky, all right?
253, 220. Kyle Troup, fabulous front 7 and a nice win. And congratulated by Chris's parents. This is awesome. Love to see that. Who's next for the pro with a pro? This guy, the top seed, Bill O'Neill, in the long pattern. We've seen lots of strikes. Seen a 300 game. Next, we'll see the race to 2 to win Group 1. Coming up next, don't miss the last round of action before today's title match. At the top, tour performers compete for cash prizes. Anthony Simonson, the Group 2 top seed, after the 289 first game and held off Chris Prather. It's coming your way on CBS Sports Network. It's been a great day already. Randy Peterson, we saw the 32nd all-time 300 game televised PBA Tour history. Chris Vi, perfect in game 1. That was amazing. Game 2, it's tough though for him to rebound after that as we recap his perfect outing.
Well, I mean, the Lanes went through a little bit of transition, but let's not discredit what he did in game 1. And you know, like in golf, if you shoot 61 in round 1, it's kind of hard to duplicate that in round 2. Chris Vi just had the one, errant shot in the 8th frame, but Kyle Troop was relentless and never really let up. Sorry, Chris Vi shot in the 6th, and that opening that he gave to Kyle Troop. Kyle Troop started with the front 7, and then really never gave up or let up, and Kyle Troop is going to go on to face Bill O'Neill.
253-220 win for Kyle Troop, the front 7. He was just fantastic in game 2. So now he takes on the top seed Bill O'Neill. Andrew Anderson with us, lane level as well. Andrew, what did you see from the second game with Kyle? What adjustments, if any, will he make in this Race to 2 championship match?
Yeah, I was worried for Chris a little bit because he was playing so straight for that 300. He definitely needed to make a move, and as Randy said throughout the show, it's just hard to ball change. It's hard to make moves, really, off of 300. And I would be lying if I didn't think that played a part in his second game. But Kyle bowled great. Kyle right now is the best bowler on the planet, and he showed us why. He got an opportunity from Chris Vi and just shut the door.
Andrew, have you watched Bill O'Neill throw any practice shots?
Yeah, so I watched the first few shots, and I promise you he thought they were hooking way more than he was expecting. His first couple shots were splits through the face, and he actually went and grabbed a couple different bowling balls than he looked at yesterday. So I'm curious to see what he starts with. I would assume that he's going to play him similar to Troop, maybe even a touch farther left, but speed is going to be important.
All right, if you had to pick a winner, who would you go with?
Man, Kyle.
No pressure.
I think Kyle.
Why?
Kyle's just the best bowler on the planet right now, really. He's so confident. Bill O'Neill is a shot maker. He's one of the best out here. And it's going to be a great match. It's going to be interesting, but I think Kyle has momentum on his side, and I don't think he's going to let go of it.
So, Andrew, what's going through your mind watching these bowlers from this perspective? First time we've had you on one of our live telecasts. What's the feel like been for you?
I'd rather be bowling, but I'm happy to be here with you guys. I love that the PBA is back in Detroit. Thunder Bowl, I bowl here all the time. I love the fans here. I love the people here. So many friends in the crowd. It's just great to be in the environment. I'm really thankful to be a part of this with you guys, but next time I plan on bowling.
We're going to hold you to that. Thanks, Andrew. Good to have you with us. So he'll stay lane level. Randy and I back to the booth. Looking forward to more great bowling here from Allen Park. Historic Thunder Bowl Race to 2 Group 1 winner to be determined. It's Troop O'Neill. Great bowling on the way here on CBS Sports Network. O'Neill. What a matchup.
From Langhorne, Pennsylvania, he bowls out of Levittown Lanes. The real deal is Bill O'Neill.
Well, the real deal is coming off a stellar 2020 season, capturing a second major. But 2021 has been a bit disappointing for the future Hall of Famer. He can change all of that right here at the Tour Finals.
I'm with you on that, Randy. Guys won 13 titles, absolutely bound for the Hall of Fame. But had COVID in January, tough to recover from that. Feeling good. Bowling great. Good start.
Kyle, I know the Lanes are going through transition, but what do you have to do in this 2-game match to get it done, to strike more than Bill O'Neill?
Randy, I think the few key focuses for me is going to be speed control and, keep my angles kind of open. It seems like you got to get it to the dry as long as we keep going left. So we're going to focus on that, stay in the process, and go to work.
All right, Kyle, thanks. Best of luck.
Thank you.
Great to have Kyle just before he competes in the Race to 2 interview with Randy there. So Race 2 format, got to win 2 games to win the match. If we split a 9th, 10th frame roll off to decide the match, The last 3 PBA Tour Finals championship rounds have gone to the 9th, 10th frame roll-off. Including last year, this guy, Kyle Troup, beat Anthony Simonson to take home the title.
That was close to a 410.
That was, and I'm curious about him talking about wanting to keep his angles open. You know, I honestly thought that as the guys move left, they would want to keep it shut down, keep the ball on the headpin a little longer. But, you know, Kyle's the one bowling, so we're going to see how it plays out.
Andrew, you did mention the fact that the lanes might be starting to get a little cliffed or a little wet dry. When that happens, is the move opening up the angles and making sure that you get it to the dry?
You know, you can battle it either way. I mean, I would expect Bill O'Neill to play him a little tighter and throw a stronger ball to play the oil. Because on 46 feet, do you really want to be messing with the dry? Because you're getting the ball away from the headpin, and like you said, it's 60 feet long. You're only going to have about 10 to 14 feet of the ball actually hooking.
Love the insight, guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Troup left lane. Yeah.
And again, I think for both players, it's all about speed. I think they're going to get real speed sensitive because the dry is going to be drier. The oil inside of that's going to get slicker. And I think it's all going to come down to speed. But I think both players are going to be creating a little bit more angle than we thought they would, including this guy.
Yeah, I agree. But I think his thing is, as long as it's slow enough, it's going to read that friction. So I don't think either player is really worried about it.
Ringing 10 pin for Bill. Gazi has not appeared in a Stepladder final in 2021. Best finish for O'Neill. It's hard to believe. 7th at the U.S. Open, 10th at the TOC, 11th at the World Championship in Tampa.
I think that goes to show you how good he bowled last year to stay in the points for this event.
Agreed, Andrew.
And you know, Bill, even though if this is his down year, that's still a very good year.
It's a good year, right? 12th in points this year. And again, the top 8 over the last 2 years total on the PBA Tour points list make this event. Left line O'Neill, yeah.
Roll it.
Well, these players have dug a trench in between 3rd and 4th arrow, and you can see it right there. And you can actually follow it all the way to the break point. You can see it on both lanes.
It's a great look. That's so cool.
I mean, that's like, it's almost like curling, where somebody took a mop and started scrubbing that area. See it? Right there.
Right on target. And a strike. Double for Kyle.
Bang, bang, right there. Single set, bang, bang. Come on.
Look at it. There's the ball track. Kyle Troup just to the inside of it. You can see it creating another line. It just catches a little bit more oil. Comes off the friction perfectly.
That is a fantastic breakdown. Love that.
Andrew, I don't know if you can see on a monitor down there, but I mean, there's literally a trough.
Yeah, it looks like Specto is on the lane.
Right? That was inside of target.
Yeah,
Got away with it. Right, Andrew?
yeah, that was definitely inside and got away with it. I did not think that was going to get up the hill, but it did. You know, Dave, another reason why I had to pick Troup today when you asked me is,
Right.
I mean, look at the colors. Go
Yep.
blue.
How's Michigan going to be this year? Are you confident, Andrew, Michigan's going to have a good football season?
No, but I'm hopeful.
4 pin for O'Neill. If you ever want to talk serious Michigan football, just chop it up a bit with Andrew. He'll break it down for you.
Make it strike.
Well, if you want to talk serious bowling, that was a serious good break right there. Bill O'Neill only leaving the 4-pin. That could have been nasty.
I really think his move is going to be left and left, Randy. I think he's going to move a little left, throw it a little slower, and keep it in that trench of oil. Messing with the friction, it's just, you just don't know how it's going to come off of it at the moment.
Totally agree. He's got to get a little bit left of that spot.
Arsenal, there it is for O'Neill.
And before the match, I asked Eric what Bill's game plan was, and he didn't throw this ball at all in this pattern yesterday. He was throwing a Strata Hybrid, which is a touch stronger. So he's in a weaker ball, a little cleaner ball. And another point of reference is I got information before that the right lane has a little bit of a hang spot. So maybe Bill's just trying to play closer to the friction to get away from that.
Troop to go by 30 and the 4-bagger.
Again, just a little late coming up the hill.
At the beginning of the show, we talked about this. Are they going to get more favorable, or are they going to get a little ugly? And as you can see, that wet dry is getting more violent every frame.
He just missed on that shot. You can tell by his reaction. Got to tell you, though, I do like the colors on that jersey. And no, that's not a onesie. For those of you at home that are maybe new to the sport, that's Kyle Troop. And he's known for wearing some pretty outlandish outfits. I think that one's one of the coolest I've seen him wear.
I like that word, outlandish.
That's better. That's better.
Yeah.
It is better. Well, his dad, Guppy, 8-time titleist like Kyle, one of the all-time showmen who had some outlandish outfits in the lanes in his great career. He's watching back home in North Carolina. Watching Kyle take on O'Neill, race to 2. To see who wins, Group 1.
Phil, halfway through game number 1, what adjustments do you need to make to blend this oil pattern out?
The right lane hooks a little bit more in the front, so I'm just going to make a little bit of move here with my feet and keep my eyes the same and just try to take a little separation from the pocket. I think the last one for sure was a little bit too far in front of me, so I got to separate a little bit more.
All right, Bill, thanks very much.
You.
Good luck.
Well, Randy, I've been wrong every time. I keep thinking they're going to move left, keep it left, but it seems like they're feeling it out, like they need to open the angle.
It's okay, Andrew.
What did he say?
He said a little, he was a little off based on his estimate, and then what Bill told you. Here's O'Neill out of the break. Pretty good shot, 10-pin.
What are you doing?
Well, even though it hit the pocket and left the ring in 10, based on Bill O'Neill's reaction, he didn't like the execution of that shot. Some would say, man, that looked pretty good, but at this level, it's all about perfection.
And then on strike there.
And then sometimes getting a little lucky, right, Andrew?
Oh, yeah. And I thought that shot was fine. It was definitely up the lane, but it just got behind a little behind the head pin. But he's not liking the right lane so far.
Yeah, he has his truck on it yet. 10-pin, 4-pin, 10-pin.
And he does finish on that lane. So.
Yeah, he does in game 1, that's for sure. Game 2, he'll finish on the left.
Well, Bill Toll was entering this event. He felt very confident with the game plan. A lot of practice back home in suburban Philly, leading up to the PBA Tour Finals, and he is executing right now.
I would argue that he didn't like that shot either. That was definitely, I thought that was a mirror image of the right lane.
I'm sorry, I don't know this sport very well, but that looked pretty good to me.
Oh yeah, that looked great.
Right?
I think it was just maybe he's mad about the right lane.
Oh, okay. Maybe that was just a react from what happened on.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right, Andrew. You saw that look.
Yeah, because if he strikes there, he takes the lead. Meaning if he strikes on that right lane, Kyle Troop now driver's seat and can increase his lead with another strike here in the 7th.
Looks for the double, 7th frame, 29-pin lead. Oh, man, winning 10-pin.
Andrew, I thought that was perfect. I mean, off his hand, location, and speed.
Yeah, I mean, that right lane. That right lane is giving a bugaboo to these guys.
See it in that track, that worn area that's been created by our 4 players today, and he loved that shot, and then he, yeah, that's, then he didn't, yeah.
Has his mark, but keeps things very interesting. Latter stages of game 1 of the race to 2. If it's tied 1-1, 9th, 10th frame roll off to determine the Group 1 winner. Group 2 coming your way next on CBS Sports Network. Anthony Simonson, the top seed. Same deal of stepladder bowling race to 2 with Simo and his challenger. Then the 2 winners from the 2 groups face off at 4 Eastern for the championship. Yeah.
Big shot there by Troop to keep the lead no matter what Bill does here in the 8th and 9th. But this shot right here is very defining for Bill.
Kyle Troop from profile. Look how low that swing is. And it's amazing. He has to use so much lower body to create ball speed, and that's the secret of the 2-handers. There you go.
I'd say that was pretty good there, Randy.
Yeah, I'd say you were spot on. And let's take a look at Bill O'Neill from profile. He likes to keep his shoulders back so that he doesn't lean or tip early and get too steep. And then these lines here are beautiful. Look at the legs and the knee bend that he uses. And just perfect balance at the foul line. Another look. I want you to watch his hand as it goes through the bottom of the swing and to the follow through. How that hand turns out. That keeps the elbow in. Hand out, elbow in.
9th frame. Got another one. Come on.
And we got a ball game, folks, and a new leader.
1-pin lead now for O'Neill with a turkey. 7th through 9th frames. And what a first game here. And probability now in O'Neill's corner.
Well, Troop can strike out for 249. O'Neill's max score 240. And for the first time in this game, Troop trailing by 1.
His foundation frame. No. We'll tap.
God, that messenger coming across and just sniffed the 10-pin.
That was close.
It was, man. I thought this was going to be a bird dog instead.
Yeah, got slowed down.
Instead, it just quit on the 10. And now in jeopardy of losing game 1 just like that. All right, so if Troop strikes out, O'Neill would need a double in the 10th.
We do have the possibility of a tie.
And we do that as well, yeah.
One ball roll off in this round. Stepladder Group 1 final. Event semifinals. If it were to happen.
Big shot.
Big strike.
This is the big one here. This one forces Bill to at least throw the first one.
Troop hasn't missed this game. 3 10-pins, the rest strikes. O'Neill, 2 10-pins, 1 4-pin. This is the biggie. but 2 more forces O'Neal to throw 2 on that tricky right lane.
Huge shot for Troop. Comes through.
Great shot.
Hey, Mr. Big Shot, who do you think you are? Mr. Big Shot? No, folks, that's not oxygen. That's a water bottle.
This is a race to 2 in game 1. So whoever wins this one, if they win the second game, then it's over. They'll play in the championship match at 4 Eastern live here on CBS Sports Network. If it's 1-1, a 9th-10th frame roll-off will determine the winner of Group 1.
And if they tie after a 9th and 10th frame roll-off, then it's a 1-ball roll-off.
So many roll-offs to talk about. I mean, from an announcer standpoint, I hope we get there because it's super exciting, but it's a lot of pressure for the bowlers. Nice finish. Oh, yeah, he's playing the pick.
Andrew, does it get any better than that?
That was a nice solo he put on there.
The Lair
That
guitar,
was a nice
Andrew.
solo. We're going to have to get him
Haven't
a
seen
bigger
that
pick.
before.
We're going to
Yeah,
have to
it's
get him a
just
bigger
too
pick so he can really
small.
get into it.
You're right, too small.
Those were 3 really good shots in the 10th.
That's a new twist. I haven't seen before anywhere.
Have not seen that. O'Neal's got to have 2.
Here's the first. Oh!
Game 1 goes to Kyle Troop.
Kyle Troop takes game 1, Randy. Wow.
So, Randy, what are you doing here on this fill ball?
Man, I mean, you know, anytime I ever bowled on a wet dry oil pattern, or what you kids call clipped, I would go get the biggest ball I could and try to blend it out.
Yeah,
something
I
that
agree.
would actually dig in the oil, and something that when it got to the dry early, it was so strong that it would burn up and kind of stop or not overhook.
Yeah, I agree
This one?
completely.
Go.
And I think that's what he's doing. He went to grab the Strata Hybrid that he threw yesterday, which is definitely a stronger core than what he has in the WebMB. So I'm expecting this to tumble more, and when he keeps it in the oil, it'll be a little stronger.
Pretty good ball reaction. Experimenting. As Kyle Troop wins game 1, Randy, and he didn't just pick it out, RP. He's gonna air guitar it out after 3 in the 10th. I mean, this was awesome. Kyle Troop celebrates. He wins game 1 of the race to 2 to win Group 1. Bill O'Neal.
It's going to be interesting to see if Kyle stays in the same piece of equipment that he started with in game 1. Scoring pace has come down a bit, 219 for O'Neal, 229 for Troop. And it looks like he's going to stay with that dark code.
Yeah, it looks like Kyle's staying with the same equipment, but Bill will be making a ball change on the right lane. He's going to start the game with 2 different bowling balls.
253 for Collins win over Chris Fye. 10-pin win over O'Neal. Game 1. Game 2 underway. 10-pin nudged.
Stupid
Nudged.
Kyle. Stupid 10-pin.
Ooh, Kyle's frustrated.
Yeah, I didn't like the shot. It may have gotten that bit left. Andrew?
Yeah, maybe just a touch. I think against speed, I think he just threw that a touch firm for his liking.
Players only missing the pocket once last game, and that was O'Neal going a little bit high in frame 4.
Free frame, have it. Take the free frame.
Troop will try to regroup.
Kyle definitely lets you know how he's feeling. Ball change here for Bill.
Let's see how it unfolds, Andrew. Nice.
Andrew, is that something stronger to blend it out?
Yeah, definitely stronger to blend it out. Both cover and core. Definitely flares more. I think he's just looking for the tumble, Randy. That way, when he keeps in the oil, he feels like it's a bigger ball. But mainly, when he gets into the friction, it's smooth enough to not bounce off of it.
Right, kind of like what I said before we went to break.
Exactly what you said.
See,
Randy. Exactly what you
Dave,
said.
I know a little bit
You
about
two know a lot.
No, Andrew knows way. Andrew knows way.
Come on.
I appreciate that, but you got experience on me.
No, it's just called age, Andrew.
O'Neal looks good that left lane. Man, tattoos the 1-3 pocket. 60 feet to success for the real deal.
Hey, next time you get a close-up of Bill, put this on.
No doubter. Let's see how Kyle responds.
He's going to respond with a ball change on that right lane. Well, he went to Rubicon UC2 on that right lane. And Andrew, what kind of shape is he looking for when he went to that ball change? Was he looking for something stronger? Was he looking for something that's just a little cleaner or smoother? What's he looking for?
Yeah, I think between that and the dark coat, I think they're fairly similar balls, but what you're going to see with that is it's going to be a touch smoother. It looks like it has more games on it, but it definitely has more surface on it.
Gotcha.
Troop looks for the double.
Oh, is it a hook, baby?
Guys taking home more than $469,000 this year. #1 all-time single-season earnings PBA Tour history.
Yeah, you can see he's creating some angle on that left lane especially, and that was the most angle we've seen today. And it makes sense because of the transitioning of the oil pattern.
Here's O'Neal, third frame. Another strike.
Yeah, nice ball change, huh, Andrew?
Yeah, I would have loved to see him go to that towards the end of that first game after that weapon B was a little too clean, too sharp. Before this game, talking with the ball reps, both players felt like the left lane was way more blended, and by that I mean less oil to your left, less dry to your right. Felt like it was a little more playable, so I'm not surprised to see them both throwing two different balls.
Let's take a look at O'Neal putting his hand in the ball. Middle finger, you can see his fingernail. He's not even putting his middle finger all the way in. Get to Andrew on that in a minute. Andrew, have you seen that? Have you noticed that? O'Neal, when he puts his hand in the ball, you can actually see the fingernail on his middle finger, like he's not putting it in all the way.
Yeah, and generally speaking, when you see that in ball fit, that generally means that somebody needs more reverse pitch or pitch away from the palm of the hand. But for Bill, that's a catch spot. I feel like he just puts a lot of pressure on that finger. And that's his way of feeling it. So everybody's a little different there, as you see. Like Kyle will dig his fingers in almost to the second knuckle. So everybody's a little different there.
Troop ties for the turkey here in the fourth and gets it.
Getting the light mixers, you gotta have them. Gotta have them.
Yeah, he's gotten a couple light mixers, hasn't he?
Yeah, especially on that right lane. It's going to be interesting with him finishing on that lane if that plays a part.
Seven of 8 frames, strikes for these bowlers. Only the 9 spare with the 10 pin. First frame for Troop has been a non-strike in this second game. Fifth frame to even things up. Yeah. All tied. Well, 4-bagger for Kyle Troop.
Another beauty for Kyle. That one goes flush. Must win game 2 for Bill O'Neal.
Oh. Didn't like it at all.
On. And hated it because it was wide right.
Fortunate to get 9 there. But, definitely didn't like it off his hand.
That could have been worse, Andrew. You're right. The front 4. Two-pin, single-pin spare conversion for the mark. Win probability still in Kyle's corner, but that's subject to change. .290 the max score for Kyle. Left lane, O'Neal. That was oh man, Brooklyn strike. Crosses over.
You know, judging by Bill's reaction there, he thought it was pretty good, but it sure looked like he grabbed a handful there, Andrew.
He wasn't missing right again, I promise you that.
Great match. O'Neal must win here in game 2. Lots more to come. Stay with us.
About 11 miles, 15-minute drive to downtown Motown. Detroit, Michigan, great bowling city. Here at Allen Park, historic Thunder Bowl. Troop O'Neal in the race to 2. Kyle leads 1 game to none. 4-bagger into his 6th frame. Trying to wrap up the match. Take an 11-pin lead to defend his title in the championship round.
And
you liked it all the way, Randy.
Yeah, he sure did, Dave. And remember, folks, if Kyle Troop wins this game and goes on to win this tournament, he will be $800 shy of $500,000 in earnings.
Wow.
For 2021.
What a year.
And last time I checked, we're still in June.
Yeah,
We're still in June.
They made a day for Chris Vi in Springfield, Ohio. They might have to make a year for Kyle Troop in North Carolina.
The year of the Fro. Taylorsville, North Carolina. Good idea, Andrew. Win probability's been jacked up now. Look at that, 72.54 for Kyle. Looks for another 10-pin and nudge, but will not fall.
You know, I thought that was going to be a telling shot because of the last shot O'Neal threw on that lane, Andrew, where he looked, to me, it looked like he really got a handful and went, you know, crossover. I thought it was going to be real telling what happened with the shot from Troop.
Yeah, I think Kyle definitely moved left there, and his shot went very high flush as well. So Bill was talking in the break about making a big move on left lane. So they must have seen a spot that wasn't there before.
O'Neal gets set. And he's the subject of the spare of the game, sponsored by Guaranteed Rate. If you believe it, you can do it. Guaranteed Rate, believe you will. 5th frame, Randy. 2-pin, critical for Bill.
Yeah, and it's just to stay clean after the 4-bagger start. We've had so many strikes and very few spares. It's been some big scores today. Great shot by O'Neal. Chris Vi's 300 to start us off.
I would argue that this is the most important shot of the game.
I wouldn't argue with you.
Maybe the 8th frame, but most important shot after what happened the last shot in this lane,
Yep.
making a big move.
I agree.
Longtime member of Team USA. Hall of Fame caliber career for Bill O'Neal. It's nothing more than to get back in the winner's circle. Huge shot. His 8th frame. Brooklyn strike. You've seen earlier. O'Neal. Oh,
Again? Again?
another Brooklyn strike.
And now, what just
Next
happened?
stop, Prospect Park.
What the hell?
Well,
I didn't mind it. I liked it.
yeah, this is not something you're going to see every day, especially from the caliber of player of O'Neal. You know, he made a move and made an adjustment on that lane, Andrew, and then it reacted exactly the same. The good news is he turned it into a 3-bagger. The bad news is he's going to finish on that lane.
Kyle Troop.
Yeah. Hey guys, Dave, Andrew, I'll be right back. I'm going to go get some coffee for Kyle Troop to go with that sweet roll. I mean, this thing looked perfect as soon as it left his hand.
Yeah, that was a no-doubter. Curious to see what he does. You just have to swish your 10 and watch Bill's ball go Brooklyn. So who knows what he's going to feel on this left lane.
I think he's just got to go off of his last shot and forget about what O'Neal has done on that lane.
I agree.
What a match, guys. What a game. Foundation frame, tie things up. No, it's the 7-10 instead. The
Come on.
dreaded 7-10 split.
Come on, dude. You've got to run that lane right now. Come on.
He's referencing there is an
off
oil machine
road.
going down
2 Brooklyns, and you're going to do me like
the
that.
higher end of the arena, but it's still a good shot. I mean, that definitely had a chance of striking. Especially after Bill's last couple of breaks on that lane. What a terrible break. But
Come on, dude. First
Bill's
you
in the
got
driver's seat
damn
now.
Door slamming and the pins crashing. Yep, nobody's bowling. Good call.
Kyle's frustrated. Well, I mean, your opponent gets 2 Brooklyns in the same way.
I got to tell you,
Tough.
that's just some of the worst luck that I've seen in a long time.
What a game, guys. What a game.
It can be very cruel at times.
O'Neal go by 32. Now over 10 pin. Will not get enough.
That was almost an 8-10 light mixer.
O'Neal had a chance to put his foot on the gas and end it.
yeah, he's got to stay clean here. If he stays clean, he wins this game, and we will go into the 9th and 10th.
I mean, anything could happen on this shot, guys.
Oh,
I mean,
anything.
The last 2 shots from O'Neal have both gone crossover. Think about if he doesn't carry those 2 Brooklyns. He's only shooting 220 instead of 240.
Brooklyn strikes 5th and 7th, 6th and 8th frames.
I would love to know what he did different. I think he got his hand behind that a little more. Wanted it to get end over end. What timing is everything, guys? You know, what a bad break by Kyle. But Bill took advantage of it, took advantage of his breaks. And he is now the winner of game 2.
We will have a 9th, 10th frame roll off, Andrew. It's going to be exciting. What a finish. Let's see who wins Group 1. Last year in the finals, Kyle Troop beat Anthony Simonson by 1 pin in the 9th, 10th frame roll off in the championship match.
Andrew, it looks like he just moved deeper on that lane, and I think that was a ball change there, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that's the same ball he's on in the right lane. Probably looking for something similar now. He's seeing the over-under, especially with the 2 Brooklyns. I mean, I think we both like those shots. So I think he's just looking to see something closer to the right lane.
Solid game for O'Neal.
Oh, boy,
All
that's,
tied 1-1 in the race to 2.
not the greatest 250.
Well, Bill's right about that. The 2 Brooklyn strikes. But hey,
Take it. It's not how, it's how many. Unfortunately,
That's
that's the nature of the game. And Kyle Troop coming off a terrible break and 2 great breaks for Bill O'Neal. That's bowling. It's not like it hasn't been the other way around. Bill's been on the other side of the receiving end several times, as has Kyle. And when you're in this sport long enough, you just kind of hope that everything kind of balances out. I'm still looking to catch a break after that one against that. I can't remember his name.
Ernie.
Yeah, it's
somebody.
Ernie.
Yeah, I forgot.
Ernie McCracken, or I can't remember his last name.
Oh man. great sport. Troop.
Yeah, let's go to a roll-off then. How about that? Let's go to the roll-off.
Let's do it, Kyle.
Yeah, you want it, you got it. Making better shots than you.
Andrew's talking up a storm there, isn't he?
I'm smiling ear to ear. I love it. You know, Kyle knows how good he's bowling, but I don't think Bill's going to shy away from the challenge.
I doubt it highly. You're not too outspoken, Andrew, are you out there? Not a lot of trash talking or anything like that from you.
I like my ball to do the talking.
Yeah.
Here's another one for
Maybe
you.
I'll keep my mouth shut.
Maybe a good idea, Kyle.
Oh, that's funny. The timing.
That was classic.
2 minutes? You said 2 minutes?
What do you think? Huh? Yeah. I'm going to start.
By PBA rule, this tie must be broken by a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Bill O'Neill will begin on the left lane.
I mean, who do you pick here, Andrew?
After what Kyle just said, this first shot's telling, man. I don't know. I'm gonna change it up. I'm gonna go with Bill here.
Okay.
You heard it from Andrew Anderson, lane level, former PBA Player of the Year. David Randy in the booth watching the 9th, 10th frame roll-off. To determine the Group 1 winner, first shot left lane. Oh, Brooklyn this time. Oh, no.
Rack splitter.
He is so happy to be off that left lane.
Yeah.
All comes down to this.
What's going to happen? Kyle Troop has not missed the pocket today.
Enormous shot. Right lane. Oh, the 10 pin instead.
The energy in this building is awesome. I mean, there's some nervous energy. This is fun. That was a great shot. I was expecting that to strike.
Well, you look at his last couple of shots, Andrew, with the pocket 7-10s and that weak 10 right there, and I mean, it's got to be pretty deflating. I mean, you keep fighting, but you got to at some point you got to just ask yourself, what the hell do I have to do?
Yeah, you know, multiple 7-10s, multiple flat 10s, all in the pocket. And right now it's just a feel thing. You know, you're just trying to feel it out. How can I get my ball to go through the pins better? And he's done some really good shots. Just sometimes it just doesn't always go the way you want.
Better strike on this ball.
Really needs it. Left lane. Gets it.
What?
That got it over there, Randy.
What?
Wow. All right.
Taking his time. Little hydration. Little oxygen.
Shot from the 10 out. Bowl at the right hander's favorite hit.
Little Jackie Chan on the 10. Kick it. If he gets the next one, I'm going to go out on a limb and say there's going to be a little barking coming from that dog right there.
Oh, yes. And you know what I love to see? I'd love to see a little rocket messenger pick out.
I like that call, Andy. That would be dramatic in the last shot.
I mean, if he goes high flush, it's kind of going to be like, okay, well, I went flush. But if he catches one like off the sidewall, man.
Oh, it's going to be loud.
Oh, he's the top entertainer on the tour.
As long as he doesn't like just get so jacked and he accidentally drives that pick into his eye or his forehead.
Oh, jeez.
Needs to strike first for the big reaction. Kyle Troop!
What a great finish by Kyle Troop. One of the best you'll ever see. After the terrible breaks that he received late in Game 2, Kyle Troop comes back like the true champion that he is and aces it. 3 shots there in the 10th frame. Now Bill O'Neill needs 2 strikes and 1. Anything less, Kyle Troop moves on.
Gotta have it, Bill O'Neill. There's one.
You know, it's also a sign is Bill got right up out of the chair.
Yeah.
You know, he got right up. He was ready.
Yeah, he's the kind of guy that wants the ball in the 4th quarter.
Always. He's one of the best at it. What an awesome match. Big shot here. And he definitely likes this right lane a lot more.
16-year pro, 13 titles, 2 majors. A strike and 1 stick. All that's required for the real deal to move on to the championship show and create a new champion. Troop won it last year. Bill O'Neill doesn't deliver. 10-pin stands. And Kyle Troop wins on the bench. Moving on to the championship round. Wow! What a finish today at Allen Park.
Oh, that was pretty good.
What a match. What a match.
Yeah, that was one of the most emotional matches that I've seen in a long time. The players just absolutely slaughtered the pocket for 2 games in a 9th and 10th frame roll-off.
Let's hear it over here. There's the celebration we knew we'd see from Kyle.
Looked pretty good here, and it just pushed a half a foot down the lane.
Yeah, he got around it just a touch, maybe a touch firm, got the nerves going, but it could have struck. Great shots by both guys.
Pick it out. Whoa. Take a deep breath, Kyle. Take a deep breath.
Yeah, he was pumping the crowd up there. That was awesome.
Storm, lane talk.
Love to see it.
Cool Wick, Vice.
We know one
X
thing,
Team
the
Fish,
Group
love
1
you guys.
winner, guys,
One more match to go.
is that man
One
right
more
there,
match.
the pro of the pro. Kyle Troop, last year's champ, advances to the title show at 4 Eastern. Chris Vi, a 300 game, but he fell to Kyle Troop, who eventually beats the top seed Bill O'Neill to win Group 1. We saw bowling history today. We continue next. Group 2, Stepladder semifinals. Now for Randy Peterson and the entire crew. It's Dave Ryan saying so long. We'll be back after the break to bring you more PBA action as we continue the PBA Tour Finals. It's been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports.